It's info dumping time.
Alice is really excited to yap about a new set.
I'm here to info dump.
Yeah.
So, hi, I'm Alice. I'm a Magic player. I've been coming to ALLPLAYZZ pretty much since it opened, and I really like being on camera, so I'm here for the attention. I'm going to talk a little bit about a set that's coming out next year. So the set has only been announced very recently. It was announced last year at Indiana Gen Con, where most of Magic stuff gets announced, and it is the Strixhaven set. So I'm so excited, and I'm also slightly out of breath, so excuse me. So the Strixhaven set is incredibly exciting for me personally because if you don't know, Strixhaven is a world from Dungeons and Dragons. So D&D and Magic are both owned by the same company, Wizards of the Coast. They have a lot of crossover in everything that they do because that's just what they do. It's easy to cross over with yourself if you own the company.
Yeah, of course.
It's easier to get that permission.
Yeah.
So Magic has done a lot of D&D crossover.
Right.
They had a whole set based on Baldur's Gate when the Baldur's Gate video came out. I have 2 decks based on Baldur's Gate, including Astarion the Decadent. I love him so much. Not a gameplay goes by where I don't romance that vampire. So the Strixhaven set that's coming out, so it is a kind of like wizard school set. Right. So the Strixhaven, the College of Strixhaven is located in D&D on the Sword Coast where Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate is. It's kind of like just north of Waterdeep. And the Strixhaven set was the set that introduced the owl people. I can't remember exactly what their species is called, but it's like owl people.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, but the name doesn't come to mind.
Yeah. So the set introduced the owl people, it introduced like new spells, new classes, new subclasses of wizard. It focused a lot on like magic colleges, but it was beautiful. It also introduced something called the blade singing wizard. So wizards are usually kind of very ranged. They say to the back. They have the lowest hit point start of any other class. You could hit a wizard too hard and they would die instantly. So the class is called the blade singing wizard, and it is a wizard who does spells with swords. And it's all pretty and fancy, and it's pretty cool. And Baldur's Gate 3 Larian Studios introduced the blade singing wizard as part of their patch 8. So with this really cool world that I love very, very much, because I just love the idea of Harry Potter but make it D&D. So like a while ago I was looking at the sets that are going to be announced and what's coming out, and Strixhaven is getting its own Magic the Gathering set. So we're going to expect a lot of things called shooters, which let you bring cards from outside of the game into the game. A lot of classes, a lot of spell work, and a lot more D&D mechanics, which I love very much.
It just clicked. Like D&D and Magic the Gathering set in the same universe, technically?
They are set in the same universe.
Okay, so D&D has a canon?
Yes, D&D has a canon.
What do you mean D&D has a canon?
Okay, this is why...
I thought it was do your own thing.
This is why we need a podcast. The info dump has changed from Magic info dumping to D&D info dumping.
Wait, so Baldur's Gate is also set in the same universe?
It's completely canon. Everything in it is canon.
It's set in the same universe?
In the same universe.
Everything, all
Everything.
3 of them.
So.
What are you talking about?
Okay, I'm going to clip this so that I can be animate with my hands. So, welcome to D&D. D&D is set in a realm called the Forgotten Realms.
Right.
The Forgotten Realms is where you find Faerun. Faerun is the planet where D&D is set.
Right.
And then within Faerun, you've got the Sword Coast, you've got Chult, you've got different continents and countries and species and everything. So kind of off focus when you play D&D, you play like official kind of D&D.
Right.
Your focus is usually on the Sword Coast. So this is where you'll find a city called Elturel. You'll find Baldur's Gate, you'll find Waterdeep, you'll find Neverwinter. So did you watch the D&D movie?
No.
So the D&D movie Honor Among Thieves is based in the Sword Coast in Neverwinter, and again it's all official canon stuff in there, which is why nerds love it. So there's a lot of official canon. So for example, there's another realm within the Forgotten Realms called Ravnica. And Ravnica is this guild place. So when you look at Magic cards, you'll see that a lot of them reference Ravnica. There's things called the arcane signets or the guild signets. They are all from Ravnica. And the official kind of names for the color combos are based on the Ravnica sets. There's an official Ravnica campaign book. I've played in Ravnica personally as an Orzhov Syndicate vampire, and you can have Orzhov Syndicate Magic cards. It's all the same canon, it's all the same world.
My brain is short-circuiting. How did I not know that?
So like, for example, one of the legends of Baldur's Gate is this ranger called Minsk. He is a very tall guy. He's bald. He has this purple circle over his eye from his species. And he has a miniature giant space hamster called Boo that talks to him and is like his compass.
Right.
You will find Minsk mentioned in a lot of source books.
Right.
You will find Minsk as a playable character in Baldur's Gate 3, and you will find Minsk in a Magic the Gathering card. Same canon!
My brain is short-circuiting. That's insane. How did I not know? Also, I thought D&D was owned by like Hasbro or something.
Wizards of the Coast is owned by Hasbro.
Right. Okay, that explains it. Because I was like, I thought Hasbro.
So D&D was made back in the 70s by Gary Gygax. And then around in the 90s, it was then created by Wizards of the Coast.
Right.
And then kind of early 2010, Wizards of the Coast was bought up by Hasbro.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so yeah, you've got Wizards of the Coast, Magic the Gathering. So Wizards of the Coast own Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons. They own all the rights to it all. And
okay.
It's very, very cool.
Wow.
I think like that's one of my favorite things that I love the most of it, and it's one of the reasons that you can get excited about future sets like Strixhaven, because you're not just playing a card set, you are playing a world of D&D.
Yeah, and you know who these characters are most likely beforehand, and you're like, oh, it's this guy that's coming onto the cards.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's a lot of references. Most Magic cards have like little quotes on the bottom, and those little quotes mean nothing if you don't know the story, but they'll have little hints and references.
Okay.
And they'll reference other cards, and they'll reference the story that's going on. And even in Magic, then there is the canon lore that is massive. So I don't know a lot of it. I only know like little chunks of it. But for example, there was a set called Brothers' War. And the Brothers' War was set just after the world of Phyrexia tried to invade the rest of the universe.
Right.
Phyrexians are these like semi-organic, semi-machine creatures. They take people and turn them into Phyrexians. If you kind of think of like the Daleks from Doctor Who, or like the Borg from Star Trek, but they're that kind of thing where they will just kind of kidnap people and assimilate them into Phyrexians.
Right.
So you had the Phyrexians All Will Be One, which was the first set in this storyline, and then you had March of the Machine, where the Phyrexia started to fully invade. Then you have Brothers' War, which is a civil war between two brothers while Phyrexia was invading, and then after that you have the Aether Drift series, which came out after the war had already settled and finished.
I remember the cards.
Yeah,
so that's the only name I recognize.
But like, and it can get even deeper than that. So like the Aether Drift cards are based from the Aether, and the Aether is mentioned in Edge of Eternities.
Okay.
It really does just kind of like compound like this.
It's like a web. Everything's like interconnected.
Everything's connected. I love it very much.
Yeah, no, I've recently discovered that Magic has a lore.
Yeah.
Has lore in general. And now I'm discovering that everything is just intertwined. And
it's so beautiful. It means that you can really go from D&D to Magic.
Yeah.
And if you know something about Magic, you'll know something about D&D.
Right.
And then if you know something about D&D, then you can go into Magic, and it's just kind of, it lets you really flip between it.
Explains why the same group is usually into like both.
Yeah, most of the time. I mean, you'll always have people that prefer trading card games to role-playing games.
Right.
But I mean, if you like both, then you can get into both.
Yeah.
And then, so the Larian Studios, genius minds that brought us Baldur's Gate 3, were in partnership with Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
When I played the game, it's the official rules.
Yeah.
Well, I say official, there's one rule from D&D that was, in 2014, it said that if you drink a potion, then it's an action. But then the entire D&D world went, no, and made it a bonus action.
Okay.
And then Larian Studios went, there's also a bonus action to drink a potion. And then the new rule sets, they changed it.
Right.
But it's just like little things like that. So when you play Baldur's Gate, you are playing D&D rules.
Yeah.
And you are role-playing like D&D, and you're doing everything like D&D, and it's just very impressive.
So it's not like D&D, it's basically D&D.
It's basically D&D.
Yeah.
It is, I always say to people, whenever someone asks me what's it like playing D&D, I say, imagine you're playing the best video game in the world, but your brain is the computer.
Yeah.
And Larian Studios and Baldur's Gate 3 is the closest I've ever come to the computer being the brain of the game.
Is there anything else we could talk about?
Strixhaven's coming out in March. There's a new set coming out in January. End of the year, we're looking forward to Avatar: The Last Airbender coming out in November.
Heard of that as well.
The Spider-Man set has some really cool Deadpool cards in it. I think that's already out as well. But keep along for Wizards of the Coast news. And if you have a Discord server and you want to keep up with the news, the official Magic the Gathering server has a bot that lets you put their news directly into your server.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.